Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto price analysis video on Zilliqa today. We've not covered it for a while. I think last time we covered it we saw this absolutely insane pump that took us all the way up to this region up here at 23 cents. Wasn't even too far off the all-time highs, which is up here, up at 25.6 cents. So it was a solid pump, but unfortunately Bitcoin, well, not just Bitcoin, but the general macro outlook has been very bearish, and it's pulled everything down with it, and we've come back down to what seems to be the lower support level for Zilliqa. So I'm just going to mark that level up down there. It's a decent area of liquidity. We can mark it up from this wick here. If you look when we rejected off that wick all the way through, and we've kind of come down towards that region. Let's change it to green. So that's a nice support level. We kind of bounced off the area a little bit, as you can see. It was a trading area around this before we went on that massive crazy run, and then it was a major support and resistance level back here. So for me, I think if you're looking to buy, that could be that area, and if you could even drag it all the way through to there, look at that, it's pretty much close to area as well. So it's a key fundamental area, and we're talking anywhere from 3 cent all the way up to 4 cent is an area which personally I think you should be looking to accumulate at that region. We had a little bounce. I mean, Bitcoin itself, if we take a look at that, 29,820, kind of having a breakout from previous lows there. I mean, we pushed up a decent amount from that very low region there. We managed to push up around 17-18%, which is decent, but it's nothing to get too excited about yet. I've got this this potential pendant on the go, hoping for a break to the upside. It's not exactly bang on, but it's something that I'm just keeping my eyes on. So if that breaks the upside, hopefully we're going to target up at 34-35k. But we're still waiting out on Zilliqa, aren't we? So I've lost it now. There's Huobi chart. If you're ever doing analysis on Zilliqa, use a Huobi chart. It's got pretty much most of that data available. So yeah, we've mentioned that level down there. That for me is an area I will be buying. It's a shame that this sold off, to be honest. It was a great pump, and I mean it would have been a great area to short, wouldn't it? Because Zilliqa went off in its own. Whenever the market's going the opposite direction, it's going to be hard to maintain that positive price action, because a lot of people are looking for profit. So they'll see this swinging to the upside, notice that the entire market's going down, and I can imagine it probably got heavily shorted. I can definitely imagine that. So it's been shorted, it's come back down to a level of support now. Just be wary, we'll have a look at some levels below that just in case. I mean, you've got a nice level down here, which I'm not saying it's going to go down there because that's a horrible level to mark, but we've got plenty of support area around here, support area down here, and that's down at 1.7 cent. That's actually close to that level when I bought it back in 2020, before we saw that major rally. I think I sold mine somewhere around here. Still looking to get in. I might get back into Zilliqa just due to the fact we've got quite decent ties with things that's any metaverse, and on this channel, and personally I like to cover anything to do with the metaverse. I think it's a great sector, and I think it's going to be the future, and that tied in with crypto is just massive. So levels to buy, obviously, I mean, we can have a bit of zoom in and go down to the hourly time frame, and we'll go for 2 hour. And you could really Fibonacci it from the bottom there to the top. And if you're looking for buys, you could use these fib levels and ladder them all the way down into save liquidity. So potentially 5 cent all the way down to around 3.5 cent is decent areas where I think you could look for some buys if you want a ladder back in. Going back onto the daily row, and if we put the moving averages on, so I use a 50 and a 20. And we have had that bearish cross. Obviously, we've had a major push to the upside, and bearish cross has happened. For any type of bullish price action, really we need to see the price targeting back up towards this this moving average 20, around 6.5-6 cent. If it gets above that, then we can target with 50. And if we get any trading above that 50, you're going to see a potential bullish cross on the horizon. But I think that's at least a few weeks away, depending on how the Bitcoin price does react. Looking at the RSI on the daily time frame, we didn't quite hit oversold yet. We did back here, and it still continues to drop. Usually it just gives you great entries just by using the RSI. I mean, if you look at this RSI drop here into the oversold territory, managed to do a 164% rise. If you look at, it's not too low there, I mean this one was oversold. We popped up there, we did sell off, and then we went on to that monster move again. And you can do the same all the way through. If you're looking to past back here, RSI was oversold, and bang, went up onto creating the all-time highs after that. So you can use that to your advantage as well, and it is towards that oversold territory, so it could have been a good buy back then, but like I say, that's that level of support down there. So we've covered levels to buy. We need to look at some levels to sell. Obviously, we can use that 20 as the first one on the daily time frame. So if you're looking for any sales, you could potentially use it around that region there. Once we get up towards that 20, you're probably going to see a bit of rejection, and you can see here it also is a level of resistance. It was a major level of support, and you could drag it all the way through. It does look like, even if you put it onto that region there, looks like a decent area. So any sells, I would be looking to accumulate around 6.6, 6.8 cent. I think that's a decent area. If we manage to flip that, what I'll do is jump in some further price analysis, but you're going to probably target this region around here, but we won't go that far in advance. So levels to buy were mentioned, levels to sell. Use that moving average 20 and this level of resistance as a selling point, because things do not just hit resistance and go straight through. They hit them and reject, and then potentially second or third time you might get through. So for me, buys and sells should be adhered to, and support and resistance is really pretty much all you need. So that's that pair pretty much covered. Let's take a quick look at the BTC pair before we do wrap this video up. Just some quick thoughts on Zilliqa this morning. We use the Binance chart, which is there. So we're currently at 180 Satoshis. We've not done a full sell-off like the USDT pairing, but I think I've got two levels marked up for buys down here. Yeah, so this is the first level to buy, which is a major area of support back in November of 2020. I think that's I bought some in the BTC bear back then. But if you're looking for buys, I would honestly place some bids there. Get around 120 Satoshis. It's still a decent drop from current prices, but personally I'm expecting a decent rise from Bitcoin soon and pull back some market dominance. If we do pull back some market dominance, the altcoins and Satoshi pairs will potentially drop to the lows. So I would honestly consider buys at 120 down to 87 Satoshis. May not happen, so ladder some orders within that range, but I think that's decent areas which you should look to target. And then sells, obviously got a major level of resistance up here, up at around 260 sats. So potentially if you're looking for buys, we need a price to drop around 30 sats. If we're looking for sells, we need a rise from here at around 57 Satoshis. So some levels to monitor. I've got a big fat juicy level up there at 400 Satoshis, but that's a long way off yet. Price action has not been so favourable over the course of the last few months. We have seen 7 red weekly candles on Bitcoin. Let's keep his fingers crossed we don't make 8. We are due a little bit of relief at some stage. Even in bear markets, you still get relief pumps, you still get those green weekly candles, and that's exactly what we are looking to receive at some stage. So that's going to do it. That's my thoughts on Zilliqa price action. I will be potentially looking to buy in if we do get another major sell-off, but depends what happens, doesn't it? That's going to do it for today. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.